Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to English Only 101. Here we are, another class teaching you something in English you should stop saying. Well, not something you should stop completely saying, but something you should stop saying so much of. And that word is but. But. Pero. Now, listen, but is a conjunction. This is a word that's used to combine sentences together. However, in my opinion, the word but is used way too much. Way too much. Even I am guilty of using that word way too often. And hear me out, the reason that I think this word is used too much is because when people are learning English, one of the first and only conjunctions that a lot of people are taught is the word but. So in today's video, I'm going to show you some alternatives, some other words that you can use that will make you sound a lot more intelligent. Here's the thing though, the word but is something that most people won't even notice you say a lot. You could say but 100 times in a day and nobody will even notice. And the reason why is because the word but is such a staple in the English language. But when you use words like however, that will be noticed. People notice when you say other words instead of but, because that sounds more articulate. People will notice when you use words like however because it makes you sound more intelligent. It makes it seem as if you have a wider vocabulary. Trust me, people will notice. So I'm gonna go over a few words that you should start using instead of but. Before we start the class, please subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed to it already. Go follow me on Instagram, English Only 101. I'm gonna start posting little classes, little small mini classes on my Instagram page. I post pictures of my life on there sometimes. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go give me a follow. Give this video a like and let's start the class. Okay, so earlier you probably heard me say this already. The word is however. However. He has gotten older. However, he still looks young. That sounds a lot better than but. I'm telling you. Tell me that doesn't sound better than but. He has gotten older. However, he still looks young. Or, I was going to buy those shoes, however, they were too expensive. I was going to buy those shoes, however, they were too expensive. However, they were too expensive. So you could replace the word with but. I was going to buy those shoes, but they were too expensive. But the word but, it just sounds too simple. Why not spice it up? I was going to buy those shoes. However, they were too expensive. Now, how about this word? Nonetheless. Nonetheless. But you say it together as one word, nonetheless. I didn't lose any weight last year. Nonetheless, I think I'll lose some this year. Listen closely. I didn't lose any weight last year. Nonetheless, I think I'll lose some this year. So again, you could use but. I didn't lose any weight last year, but I think I'll lose some this year. Again, sounds way too simple. Once again, I didn't lose any weight last year. I didn't lose any weight last year. Nonetheless, I think I'll lose some this year. Quick note before I forget, nonetheless is usually a word that you use to separate a negative sentence from a positive sentence. Here's an example. I'm tired of this job. Nonetheless, it does pay very well. I'm tired of this job. Nonetheless, it does pay very well. So your negative sentence is, I'm tired of this job. That's a negative attitude. But the following sentence is kind of positive. It does pay very well. So you put nonetheless in between to separate those sentences. This next word that I want to show you is an easier word to say. If however or nonetheless is a little too difficult for you, and you do want a word to replace but with, but you want something more simple, something a lot easier, you can use this word, yet. 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 Jerry complains about his job all the time, yet he still stays there. Jerry complains about his job all the time, yet he still stays there. Or, we were late to the movie, yet we still bought tickets. Very simple, very easy to say. We were late to the movie, yet we still bought tickets. So again, all of these sentences you could replace with but. You could. It's easy to say. You could say but. We were late to the movie, but we still bought tickets. Again, remember the lesson. Anybody can say but. But is one of the easiest words in the English dictionary. That's not that fun to say. That doesn't make you seem intelligent. Now, if you're not interested in sounding intelligent, if you have no interest in sounding like you know a lot more English, then don't worry about this video. Don't worry about any of the stuff that I'm teaching you. However, if you are somebody who cares, then start replacing the word but with some of these words that I've taught you in this video. We were late to the movie, yet we still bought tickets. And that will conclude this video. It's not that long of a class. I wanted to keep it short. That way I can keep your attention. Now remember, like I said earlier in the video, you can say but as many times you want throughout the day and nobody will notice, because but is an important word in the English language. Just remember though, when you use words like however, nonetheless, yet, when you use words like that, then people will notice. It stands out. Words like that will separate you from everyone else. It makes you stand out. And if you ask me, in my opinion, I think that's a pretty great thing. Start implementing some of these words into your vocabulary. Once again, subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed to it already. Leave a like. Go follow me on Instagram, EnglishOnly101, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out.